Growing up, I went to church. We went to the religious education classes, did the traditions, everything we thought we were supposed to do. I was never told how to have an authentic relationship with him. He was someone that was just there. After high school, I turned away from God. I didn't know what to do with the pain from my teenage years. So I did what I only knew how. I shoved it down, pushed it aside. Eventually, that pain started spilling over. Drinking and partying were very prevalent in my life. I was still missing something. I just didn't know what. I longed to go back to church, but I felt like I was going to be shunned, just too damaged. When my daughter was about 8 weeks old, a coworker invited me to check out the church she was attending. When I got there, no one judged me, no one pushed me aside, and they just embraced me. It was life-changing. The more I attended, the more I realized that God never left me. He was simply waiting for me to come back. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't healed or changed overnight. It took time. I started shedding my old ways, and the peace I received was more than I could have imagined. When my daughter was 6 months old, I met my now husband. He's an incredible man of faith who accepted my daughter just like his own. We started going to church together, and for the first time in a long time, I knew what God wanted me to do, to put him in charge, to come to him and fully receive his love. The healing that Christ gave me is hard to explain. It's a sense of peace that I can only describe as a great big sigh. He took my past, wiped it clean. It was like starting over. Life hasn't been easy. There's been life, loss, more children. But God gets me through the hard days, the troubles. He celebrates me with my happy times, our joyous times. Gets me through the troubled times with my children. He's just there all the time. The verse that gets me through the most is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. This verse pops into my head frequently, especially on the hard days. I no longer have to do life alone. I have Jesus right next to me. He gives me strength, reminds me that this world is not my final home, and he loves me like no one else can. If you don't know Jesus or haven't been to church in a long time, I challenge you to take a chance. You don't have anything to lose, but what you can gain is everything.